Let's see. So you guys are from, where is Lockeford, California?
I'm not sure.
Somewhere in NorCal.
Yeah, it's in NorCal. I think it's very close in between the Bay Area and Reno.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Nice. How long have you been in Sin City?
2017.
Nice. Probably seen you around before. I was with Wasatch for a really long time as a referee. Coach for a bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I used to play for, I've been around quite a bit. I was military, so a lot of SoCal game teams. Okay. Oh, wow.
So do you want to do?
Up here we are.
You take Lockeford, you don't take Wildfiire
All right.
for rollouts,
All right.
or just, I think we just announce them as we go.
Okay.
We don't, because obviously they don't want to do full rollouts.
Right.
All right, folks, the teams are on the track. The officials are in their positions. 15 seconds to go, waiting for that rolling whistle from our jam timer, Wamdolf. Time to get this game underway. And there it is, folks. Time for the first jam.
And on the whistle for Rockford, we've got Tiger Bomb jamming on the line. Moving up towards that pack. Getting knocked out by one of the Wildfires.
Number 7, Flash for the Wildfire. Out first, lead jammer. Lockeford recycled back around just behind the pivot line.
Lockeford jammers still trying to make their way through the pack.
Flash meeting some resistance there in the 2-3 straightaway. Lockeford doing a really nice job of holding him up. I think he has picked up a few points. Yep, going to escape down here in turn 3. Call it off. 4 points on the board. Go to Wildfire. Oh, you know what? I know where backslash is.
And up next on the line for Lockeford is Lickety Split, number 3. We have a Oh, okay.
Why don't we switch them because your position can hear him.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see if it's a mic. Let's see if it's a headphone thing first.
Okay.
Oh, switch that.
Yes.
All right, we've got 666 going to the
Looks
box.
like we got first penalties of the game here. That's
and Lickety Split
looks like
for
Wildfire's
Lockeford
got one in the box.
has made it through on their initial pass, going for a scoring pass. And has made it out. 4 points up for Lockeford, keeping Idaho at 0. Oh, sorry. Oh, I can get loud.
All right, dealing with a little technical difficulty up here in the announcer's booth. Kind of missed a little bit of that last jam, but it looks like Lockeford managed to even up the score, 4-4 on the board. Number 310, Honeybomb wearing the star for Lockeford, and that's 999. Toaster Brutal wearing the star for Wildfire.
Oh. And Lockeford is going to the box as a jammer.
That is unfortunate for Lockeford. Their jammer going to go spend some time in the penalty box. I believe it was for cutting the track. I didn't see the hand signal, but in the meantime.
And we have the pivot for Lockeford in the box as well.
Toaster Brutal out of the pack and around on a scoring trip now. Pack moving pretty fast down the 2-3 straightaway. Nice knockout there. That's Hubba Bubba with the takeout. Forcing the call off. They're going to lock the jammer in the penalty box. Less than 10 seconds going, though. She's on her feet.
Looks like Lockeford's going to start up at that pivot line for this power jam and race forward.
All right. Power jam now for Wildfire.
And
Short-lived,
with that,
though, as
Lockeford's
Jammer's out of the penalty box. Lead is open. What?
Oh.
I didn't.
Lockeford's jammer is going back to the box for another cut. 310. Honey Bomb.
I didn't see the call on that. I'm guessing one of the Wildfire players saw Lockeford's jammer coming out of the penalty box and drop back to get that illegal reentry.
61. Roller Candy from Rockford is going back to the box as the pivot.
Wildfire jammer tossing and turning there through the 2-3 straightaway, but finally out on a scoring trip.
Oh.
It's number 76, Trixie Titanium.
We got a Let's Be Honest is going for a stop block directional from Lockeford. And with that,
Both packs locked up down here in turn 3. Both jammers trying every trick in the book, trying to get past these blockers, but looks like it's going to be Lockeford on the inside. Step through, 4 more points on the board for Lockeford.
jam has been called.
Jammer for Wildfire in the last one was Agent Mayhem. I had the number wrong on that.
Wildfire picking up 3 with that star pass, and Lockeford with 4 on the board. Up on the line for Rockford is Tiger Bomb, number 30, jamming.
For Wildfire, it's number 3. That's Poppy. Empty penalty box, full packs, nice
And Tiger
open
Bomb
outside
is out.
line for Lockeford.
Lead jammer goes to Lockeford, followed by the Wildfire jammer. Hot on her tail. Oh, and she's calling it. Hopefully keep.
Really nice job there
Nice try.
by Wildfire to get through at the very end there. During the whistles, the points count all the way through the 4th whistle. 4-1 jam advantage Wildfire, even though Lockeford had lead.
On the line for Lockeford is number 3, Lickety Split, jamming. Got a split pack for Lockeford.
It's 999 Toaster Brutal wearing the star again for Wildfire. Again, full packs for both teams. Penalty box is empty. Toaster Brutal looking for a little room on the inside. Finds it inside turn 1. Lead jammer Wildfire. Both jammers out of the pack. Toaster Brutal in the pack. And Lockeford's jammer in now too. Call off. Was it quick enough? Yes. But quick enough only for 1 hard-earned point. But each one counts. 14-9 our score. Wildfire in the lead.
Up next is Honey Bomb, 310 for Lockeford.
I do love this derby name. That's number 303, Phantom of the Drop Ya.
Great derby name. Great derby name. And there's the whistle.
Again, starting out with full packs. Lockeford sneaks out to the outside in the straightaway, finds some room. Lead jammer for Lockeford. Phantom of the Drop Ya back out of the pack, about half a
Lockeford's
track
jammer's
behind
calling
as
it.
well.
Hitting the pack.
Okay.
I don't want to jinx it by saying this, but this is 3 jams in a row. We've started without anybody in the penalty box. It's a good thing. Full packs both. We got Husky number 81 wearing the star for Wildfiire.
Up against number 30, Tiger Bomb again. She's pushing up against that pivot line. Looking for some offense to help her.
Some fancy footwork there by Husky, but not fancy enough. Got knocked to the outside back in turn 1, then in turn 2 again, knocked out again in the straightaway.
Both jammers being pulled back to that apex.
Both jammers recycled almost all the way back to the pivot line. But it's going to be Husky, number 81, for the Wildfiire, out first, lead jammer. Whistle's coming from the outside pack ref. Somebody's going to the penalty box, but I'm not sure what for.
We got 24 A-Train from Lockeford going to the penalty box. I believe it was for a directional.
Huskies sliding through on the inside. 4 more points for Wildfiire.
Lockeford has done a pivot pass. Cover pass to their pivot, number 18. Slick Mick.
Husky going to slide through for a couple more points at the end there after the star pass. Going to force the call off. 22-10, about 10 minutes left, or 10 minutes gone in the first half.
Lockeford will be starting down with 1 blocker in the box. Lickety Split, number 3, is up on the line, jamming for Lockeford.
It's 999 Toaster Brutal with the star for Wildfiire. Bodies flying everywhere, but Toaster Brutal manages to come out of that tangle. Turn 1, lead jammer, Wildfiire. Toaster Brutal gonna get through for a quick 4, call it off.
And holding Lockeford at 0.
All right, Lockeford's gonna take a little time out. That'll give us an opportunity to go over some of our sponsors. The Pie Pizzeria is a beloved pizzeria known for its delicious, oversized slices and unique flavor combinations. Established in 1980, it's become a staple in the local dining scene, attracting both residents and visitors. Pie Pizzeria is a perfect spot for friends and family to enjoy a meal together, making it a must-visit destination for pizza lovers in the area. And has been a longtime sponsor and supporter of Utah Roller Derby. Yeah, that Pie Pizzeria banner that's above the penalty box was one of the first banners that ever went up in this building in like 2009. So thanks to the Pie for all those years. And they are out at the Kilby Block Party this weekend slinging pie. I saw Effin, one of our coaches who works for the Pie, out there.
Up next is Time Machine Skate Shop. It's located in Salt Lake City, Utah, and it caters to the local skateboarding community. Known for its wide selection of skateboards, apparel, and accessories, the shop serves as a hub for skaters of all levels, from beginners to seasoned pros. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, Time Machine not only offers quality products, but also fosters a sense of community through events, skate demos, and workshops. The shop's commitment to promoting skate culture and supporting local Talent makes it a cherished spot for both skaters and enthusiasts in the areas. Time Machine Skate Shop.
All right, so our team timeout turned into an official timeout because the officials needed a little extra time. They sometimes do. On the line for Wildfiire is number 7. That's Kid Flash. It's like 36 is Slamala Anderson wearing the star. And out of the pack first, but not lead jammer. Kid Flash makes the apex jump in turn 1. Lead jammer is given. His team desperately trying to get Kid Flash to call off the jam. I don't think he realizes he's lead. He is through 4 points now, but Slamala Anderson was already on a scoring trip. That's going to be a 3-4 jam. That's some great work by Slamala Anderson there from Lockeford to keep fighting, even though they don't have leads, still manages to pull off 3 points.
We got Lickety Split, number 3 on the line for Lockeford. That's jamming. Oh, we had. And Lickety Split takes lead.
Got a 4-3 pack advantage out there for Wildfire, but their jammer's getting beat up pretty bad.
And we have a penalty for Lockeford. I believe it's number.
Can't see the number, but another Lockeford player in the penalty box. They're going to do a little do-si-do over there. It looks like we do have an. All right, lots of whistles going on. We got people going to the penalty box. We had a star pass at the end there. Let's see what the jam refs say.
We got 4 for Lockeford on that. The box is looking pretty full over there.
You ever thought you wanted to be a roller derby referee? This is why they take official timeouts sometimes, because like 17 things happened in about 5 seconds over there in turn 3, and now they got to sort it all out.
And everybody hates you.
You can get mad at them all you want, but I know what just happened over there, and it confused me too. We'll take the opportunity to give a little shout out to Pit Viper, another one of our sponsors. Pit Viper is a popular eyewear brand based in Salt Lake City. Known for its bold, colorful designs that cater to outdoor enthusiasts and adventure seekers, Pit Viper's unique presence has made it a favorite among athletes and casual wearers alike.
Okay, so there's only the 3 there.
Yep. Oh, wait a minute. No, there's these ones too. That's all members.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of
All right. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a idea of what's going on here.
awesome.
On top of all that chaos down there in turn 3, they had a clock issue as well. So the jam timer and the scorekeeping team over here are gonna get their stuff sorted out. All right, looks like we're ready to get back at it. Not too bad, only
Somebody's
a minute.
happy
minute
over
and a
here
half
on the
timeout.
Lockeford line.
It's important.
All right, we got 310 up here on the line for Lockeford.
And that's number 9, Panamaniac for Wildfire. Speaking of, sneaks around turn 1, lead jammer
Honey Bomb
for
is still
Wildfire.
back in the pack there.
Panamaniac threw around the 1-2 apex for 4 more points. Lockeford's jammer having a heck of a time there against Wildfire blockers at the back. Panamaniac sliding through again.
Oh, we've got a wild wheel on the track.
Uh-oh.
Somebody-
Skate malfunction. That happens too. I think we got everything off the track, so no problems there. But it does put a skater down, and that's no fun. Panamaniac barreling through the pack down here in turn 4. 12-point run so far.
Jammer is still in the pack on that initial pass for Lockeford.
All right, 16-0 Jam in favor of Wildfiire. Panamaniac's been skating with these guys for a really long time. I think he kind of knows how to do this. Just about 15 minutes left in the half. We're going to take another timeout here. It's like the head ref, Sushi, having a chat with one of the coaches.
I'd like to make an announcement for those in the audience. Please make sure that you're trying to use the porta potties outside, leaving the inside restrooms for skaters and officials to use. Thank you.
Just doing a little FOD walk there, making sure that all the bits and pieces of that roller skate are no longer on the track.
FOD walk? Are you military?
Navy.
All right. I got you. Your foreign objects. Oh, and a big hit from number 4 on 7 for Lockeford. And Tiger Bomb has pushed out to become lead jammer for Lockeford.
Wildfire's got number 78 out there. That's Agent Mayhem again, fighting away through the pack. Still in turn 2 now.
Tiger Bomb getting 4 in the sky off that jam. Little pile up in the straightaway over there between 2 and 3.
Agent Mayhem getting bounced around in this pack, gone almost the full circuit of the track.
Number 7 for Wildfires has gotten a low block on the Lockeford jammer, sending them to the box. Kid Flash. Tiger Bomb still working up that pack, stretching it out, doing the best.
Agent Mayhem recycled back here at turn 4 3 times in a row. It's just a rough one when you're a jammer and you're just getting turned around like that. Be that time when I'd be looking for my pivot going, help.
And the jam is being called. Bringing another 4 in the sky for Lockeford. 8-point jam on that.
Jam's finally called. 8 hard-fought points for Lockeford there.
Absolutely. That was brutal. All right. Lickety Split is back up on the line. Number 3 for Lockeford jamming. Up against 81 Husky. Lockeford's got a full pack to the 1 down advantage to the Wildfires.
Husky going to manage to break through. First, that's going to be lead jammer for Wildfire, but Lockeford out half a track behind and gaining. Lockeford also have pack advantage. Got a bunch of Wildfire in the penalty box right now. Husky going to try to call it off. Nope, I think, yep, Lockeford made it through. Two-three jam advantage, Lockeford. Nice job. At 999, Toaster Brutal wearing the star for Wildfire. This jam still got 2 Wildfire blockers in the box, so 4-2 pack advantage for Lockeford. Both jammers have been recycled back behind the jammer line a couple of times over here. Toaster Brutal getting beat up.
And Tiger Bomb has made it out as lead jammer.
Though. Toaster Brutal might have a chance to get out now that we got full complement of blockers on the track for Wildfire.
Honeybomb for picking up 4 points for Lockeford on that jam. Penalty box is empty for both teams here. We're going to start with full pack.
Really nice job by Lockeford closing the gap on the scoreboard here. 16 points between these two teams. See what who do we have out there? That's number, though. It's Tiger Bomb.
Tiger Bomb back up, pushing.
And 303 wearing the star for Wildfiire. That's Phantom of the Drop Ya.
Getting some help from Kid Flesh there. Wildfire
Tiger Bomb
Jammer.
almost got out there in turn 2, but Sanctum sent it to the inside, recycled back. Both jammers now recycled back almost to the pivot line. Oh, pile up in the straightaway. Both jammers down. There it is. Tiger Bomb out. Lead jammer for Lockeford.
Lockeford's pivot is sitting in the box.
Phantom of the Drop Ya out of the pack now, too. So Tiger Bomb picked up 2 there before being forced out by Sanctum, forced to call the jam. Nice work, though. 2 more points, ever closer.
Wildfires are going to start this next jam with the pack advantage. Lickety split on the line for Lockeford, number 3, going up against Apocalypse, number 3. Triple threes.
It's nice to hear from the crowd. Good cheering section over there.
We got a 2-2 wall in the back from Lockeford, holding that jammer for the Wildfires. And with that, Roller Candy 61 is back on the track, helping the tripod.
That's not confusing for the jammer referees at all. Both jammers are number 3. Oh, we got
jam
a
is going to be called.
skater down on the infield there. We're going to bring our medical team out to tend to them. As we all know, roller derby is a full contact sport. Sometimes injuries do happen, and that's why we have our trusty medical staff out there. I see my friend D-Rex is one of them. She's a Junction City skater and an official here. I don't know the other medic, but thank you to them for being here. Thank you, of course, to all of the volunteers who make roller derby happen, our officials, both in stripes and out, all of our security volunteers, merch, tickets, announcers, photographers. All right, skaters up, medics are back to the bench. Looks like we're almost ready to start. So, 14 points. Just under 9 minutes left in the first half of this game. It's been pretty back and forth. Idaho's had a lead most of the game, but Lockeford never stops fighting, closing the gap quickly here.
We got the split pack again. Lickety Honey Bomb up on the line for Lockeford. Trying to get
nice
out.
Forwards into the inside of turn 1. Lead jammer for Wildfiire and already back around on a scoring trip.
Honey Bomb getting recycled by number 9 being pulled back. Still on that initial pass.
Whole bunch of bodies flying there in turn 2 as Toaster Brutal cuts through for 4 more points.
And
Start pass.
we have a cover pass. Went to 36. Unfortunately, couldn't make it out of the pack. Up next on the line, we've got Roller Candy 61 for Lockeford, going up against Kid Flash for the Wildfire. Each team starting down with a blocker in the box. And with that, the jam is on. Looks like they're going to try to race the pack, and Kid Candy is out.
Kid Flash shucking off a block at the front. Wildfire's out on a scoring trip, but
Oh.
Roller Candy's going to get his 4, call it off from the ground.
Yeah. Very, very quick jam, that last one. We've got 2 in the box for Lockeford, and we're calling an official review from Lockeford.
Little friendly trash talking between the jammers on the way back to the bench there. But it looks like we have our first official review of the game. For those of you who don't know, that means that the captain or the coach of one of the teams has decided that they disagree with something that the officials did or said, and they're going to go out and challenge that ruling and see what head ref Sushi and her team have to say. While we have the opportunity, go ahead and chat about some of our vendors that we're going to have around this weekend. I'm looking forward to this because I'm always interested in another pizza company because I love pizza. Marzano Pizza Company. Our pizzas are made from scratch and prepared right in front of you. We bring freshly prepared dough, homemade sauces, and all the ingredients needed to round out your selected menu.
We also have Blood, Sweat, and Roller Derby, edgy derby apparel created by an amazing members of Beehive Skate Revolution. With custom designs from Hills, a local tattoo artist from Salt Lake City, and a former skater. Comfortable shirts, sweatshirts for anyone who is in roller derby fan.
We also have Salsa de Maples. I walked by this table earlier. It looks delicious. I will be visiting once I'm done announcing this game, maybe even at halftime. It's individual bags of chips and containers of salsa. Go over and check them out.
We have Tortured Truffles, limited liability company. Tortured Truffles is a home-based cottage licensed chocolate and candy shop located in West Valley City, Utah. Not only are the confections beautifully unique, but they're the highest quality in terms of taste, ingredients used, and presentation.
All right, had our alt ref Prince Albert come over and tell us what that review is about. They were looking for to get a forearm call overturned. That the officials agreed that they were right the first time, and they're still right now. So review not retained, and we're back to roller derby. Thanks for the message, Bip, on the live feed there. I'll check with Backslash once he's
Number
done
30.
front pack reffing this game. All right, Idaho Wildfiire, number 81, out for lead jammer.
And 30, Tiger Bomb has just been released from the pack, and it's going to be called before they are able to return and score some points for Lockeford.
Husky going to very calmly pick up 4 points, very calmly call off the jam. 4-0 jam, 60-35, just over 6 minutes left in the half. Panamaniac, number 9, wearing the star in the next jam for Wildfiire.
And Roller Candy for Lockeford, number 61, also a artistic gold medalist. That's where he gets those fancy feet. And they are off. Lockeford's got the pack disadvantage with 2 blockers in the box.
Oh, nice job there by
Who was that?
Panamaniac. Slides out lead jammer for Wildfiire.
Right as he was getting ready to get that lead, he sniped it away from him. The box is empty now.
All right. Upon instruction from his bench, Panamaniac called off the jam. Jam ref says he picked up 3-0 for Wildfiire. With some really nice defensive blocking in that last jam.
Starting this next jam out with an empty penalty box. All blockers on the track. 3-10 for Lockeford. Getting ready to jam. Honey Bomb.
Agent Mayhem, number 78, with the star for Wildfiire again.
Honeybomb taking that outside lane, getting lead jammer. While the Wildfire jammer is still on their initial pass.
Agent Mayhem's going to get recycled back up into the 1-2 apex, but looks like Lockeford's jammer's getting dragged back by Flash as well. We've pretty much been crowded up there in turn 2. They're just now breaking into the straightaway. Some really solid blocking from both teams in this jam.
Yes.
Good communication on the track. You can hear
and there's
the blockers talking to each other. A little pile up down here in turn 3.
Cover pass made for the Wildfires to 303. 3 points earned for Lockeford on that jam, holding Wildfires to 0.
Did have a star pass at the very end there. Phantom of the Dropia took the star, but to no avail. The jam was called.
Slick Mick up on the line for Lockeford, number 18. She's one of the founding members of the Lockeford Derby team here. Just going to play a little defense on that jammer. We're trying to roll up. Beautiful toe stop work on that outside line, getting lead jammer for Lockeford is Slick Mick.
It's number 3, Poppy for Wildfire, finally finds a hole up there out of the pack on a scoring trip. Lockeford's jammer is getting recycled, but I'm pretty sure she already picked up most of her points.
She's got 2 on that one.
Not.
Nice.
Did get recycled around that pack a bunch of times, so maybe it was just the same 2 blockers.
Gonna start this jam out with an empty penalty box, and Tiger Bomb on the line for Lockeford, number 30, going up against 999.
That's Toaster Brutal.
Toaster Brutal.
No pack is called. That one's a tough one. It was actually a split pack, so 3 of 1 and 1 of 1, 2 different places.
Got one of the Lockeford blockers, number 4, going to the box. Hubba Bubba.
That's a rough one for skaters and for refs.
And he will be joined in the box by Skull and Lace. Slick Mick back on the line again, doing a little defensive work against 303. Wildfire's jammer.
Pretty sure Kid Flash thought he had a cut trap back there, but didn't quite get it. Didn't get the call from the official on the outside. Really nice blocking by Wildfire over here
to the
in
box.
turn 4. Gonna free up.
It was a high 5 out to Hubba Bubba.
So Lockeford's jammer finally out on initial pass. Wildfire's gonna call it off. 3-0 jam, just under a minute left in the first half.
Lickety split up on the line for Lockeford. Lockeford is going to start down one blocker in the box.
Yeah, 4-3 pack advantage for Wildfire, but it's number 3. That's lickety split from Lockeford taking advantage. Out for lead.
Wildfire jammer Closely behind. Jam being called, and that is halftime.
All right, had a little bit of a tangle of bodies and refs and stuff over there in turn 3 as that jam ended. That is also the beginning of intermission. Got about 15 minutes. Go visit our vendors and our sponsors. Go to the bathroom. But if you are not a skater or an official, please use the porta potties outside and leave the inside bathrooms for the players and the officials in the game. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. See you back here in about 10.
Yeah.
Once you, I mean, you know, you gotta get through a half. You get to know the rotations, jammers, and stuff like that. It is kind of.
To print up like one page for each game, so they're just trying to save paper, and I get it.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Test, 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 test.
You got this one?
yeah, go for it. All I did is just plug it back in. So try it.
Test, test.
Yeah, it's there.
And then we try.
Test, test. We're good now?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. What the heck? Because we have plugged in
These were plugged in, and these were switched up and everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
All right, folks, just about 2 minutes left in halftime. Time to find your seats. Hope you had a chance to visit our vendors, chat with some skaters. Looks like our teams are back at their benches just about ready. We're just missing some stripey folks, and then we can get going again. Later on this morning, our next game is going to be Sin City Bad Beats versus the Ark Valley High Rollers. First whistle of that game is 11 a.m. Throw these on and see if they work. So you should be able to hear me now. Just getting our last officials in position. Halftime clock has officially expired, just about ready to go. Both teams on the track. Looks like we do have one blocker in the penalty box for each team, so 3-3 even packs on the track. There's the 5-second call from our jam timer, Wamdolf, and we are underway.
Back in action with Lickety Split, number 3 from Lockeford.
999 Toaster Brutal. Wasted no time. Lead jammer, Wildfiire.
Lickety Split still in the pack here.
Yeah, getting taken to the outside of turn 1 by Panamaniac, drawn back almost all the way to the jammer line. Toaster Brutal also getting recycled. I believe that's number 61, Roller Candy.
Roller Candy and Lickety Split is out of the pack, and the jam is called, holding Lockeford at 0.
Yep, Lickety Split's coming around there. It escaped, was on a scoring pass, so Wildfiire smartly instructed Toaster Brutal to call it off. 3-0 jam, 71-43 our score. Once again, it's Wildfiire with first points of the period.
We'll be starting this next jam off with an empty penalty box. 310 on the line. Honey Bomb for Lockeford.
Number 7, Kid Flash wearing the star for Wildfiire. Kid Flash, I thought he got knocked out of bounds there, but the outside pack ref said he was in bounds, got lead jammer, then got knocked out and recycled. Kid Flash getting the instructions from his bench to call it off, but he's not listening. He is still on his initial pass.
And Honey Bomb is going to be going to the penalty box on a track cut, giving a power jam to the Wildfires.
Yeah, it's a lucky break there for Kid Flash, because if I was the bench coach and you didn't listen to me like that, there'd be a problem.
Lockeford's going to race that pack a little bit.
All right, Kid Flash going to bust through, picking up 4 more points, but Lockeford did have 3 pocket points before going to the penalty box, so we're going to start in a power jam here for Husky number 81 of Wildfiire. No blockers in the box, so full packs, and looks like Lockeford's jammer still more than 10 seconds left on her penalty.
Okay, Lockeford is holding Husky down at the front with that solid for a while. Oh, and he has gotten out for lead jammer.
Nice juke to the outside, lost the blockers, out he goes. Little apex jump. I think he stayed in bounds, but he's going to play it safe and recycle to the back, make sure he doesn't end up in the penalty box.
And Roller Candy is going back to the box. One of those being an insubordination. He'll be spending a full minute in the penalty box at this time.
Yeah, not sure exactly what happened there. I'll have to chat with the officials after the game and see if they can tell me what that was about.
Lockeford's jammer is still on their initial pass, trying to make it through.
Husky making a slightly awkward apex hop down here in turn 4, through for 4 more points and back around again.
And Honey Bomb finally out of the pack with that cover in her hand, finishing her initial pass, and they are calling the jam.
Yeah, Husky got knocked to the outside there in turn 2 and decided that. I see Holly Bishop pointing at her phone, which means she's texting me about something, and I am not paying attention.
And we're going to have an official timeout.
All right. So, folks, announcement from the concessions folks, or the front desk up there. Someone turned in a bag of meds. It's a little canvas zipper bag with a bug design on it. If you are missing your medications, go to concessions and see Holly.
She is holding it up in the back if anybody wants to look at it.
I'm going to guess it belongs to one of the skaters on the track, so we'll make sure that we get the word to them on the benches to go check after the game.
All right, on the line for Lockeford is Slick Mick, number 18. They are starting with one blocker in the box.
Yeah, they got their pivot hanging out in the penalty box there. So 4-3 pack advantage for Wildfiire. Toaster Brutal 999 getting brutalized herself a little bit there, getting knocked to the infield, then to the outside again. Got Shank Williams in there giving some offense, going to get Toaster Brutal out, lead jammer for Wildfiire.
And Slick Mick is out of the pack, coming around.
Toaster Brutal got knocked to the infield there, I believe, by number 25. That's A-Train. Called off the jam. Did manage to get 4 more points on that, though.
Looks like we're starting with all blockers on the track. Number 30, Tiger Bomb from Lockeford will be jamming against 78.
That's Agent Mayhem.
I could only see the mayhem part.
Yeah, I will say there was a little bit of time there where the penalty box seemed like it was pretty busy, but both teams seem to have cleaned up their play. I haven't really seen that many penalties at least not in the end of the first half or this beginning of the second half. It's looking pretty clean out there. It's a good thing. Lockeford out first for lead jammer.
Agent Mayhem still in the pack on their initial pass. Got a little bit of a stalemate up there on turn 2.
Yeah, well, it's like you said, we got full packs of blockers out there. Makes it tough on everybody.
And Hubba Bubba's going to the box for Lockeford for a low block. There was a star pass over to on the Wildfiire side.
Yeah, that's number 303, the pivot. It's Phantom of the Drop ya again. They've also been out as a jammer, as a primary jammer as well. So, got a good utility player there.
And Tiger Bomb calling it, bringing that score to 5-0 for Lockeford.
Every roller derby coach loves a player who can pivot and jam successfully.
Very multiplayer.
It's the battle of the threes. It's Lickety Split wearing the star for Lockeford, and Poppy wearing the star for Wildfiire. That's not confusing.
And Lickety Split is out for the lead jammer for Lockeford, followed closely behind by Poppy.
Yep.
And Lickety Split jumping through, slicing and dicing, and getting 3 points on that pass.
Nice.
And we're going to have another official timeout.
All right. Well, let's talk about vendors while we have a timeout, shall we?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Just kidding.
never mind. Whamdolf says, I don't want to know about vendors. I want to play roller derby.
All right. Oh. It's a power jam in Lockeford's favor. The jammer for Wildfires went to the box on a forearm.
Right off the whistle, too. It's not often that you see that. But Panamaniac is going to go and have a sit down, think about what he's done, and watch Lockeford's jammer get recycled several times in the straightaway. It's been a rough one there. That's, once again, talking about utility players, that's Toaster Brutal out there wearing the stripe for Wildfiire this jam. Looks like we have maybe a little bit of an equipment malfunction going on. She's going to take a seat and get that taken care of. Panamaniac back out of the penalty box for Wildfiire now. Looks like Toaster Brutal's got her skate fixed. Back in the action.
All right, we got a multiplayer for Lockeford. Let's be honest, number 8 going to the box to sit down and join Hubba Bubba, who's standing now.
That's 4-2 pack advantage for Wildfiire. Panamaniac gonna finally manage to get through. So this is his initial trip. Still not on a scoring trip. Well, he is now, but no points as of yet.
Looks like Honey Bomb has taken the cover off. Still trying to make that initial pass, being held in the back by number 8 of the Wildfires.
Yeah, so no lead jammer in this jam. We're going to go the full 2 on this one. Got a Wildfire skater going to the penalty box. That looks like number 8.
Joker.
Yeah, it's Joker. By the end of the weekend, I might remember half of these skaters' names and numbers, right?
Absolutely. That's usually what happens to me. Kind of start getting to know everybody.
All right, jam goes on time. Let's see what the jam refs have to say. 97-53, 3-point jam for Wildfiire.
Looks like we've got one individual in the penalty box, Joker for the Wildfires. And an official timeout is going to be called. Oh, we haven't talked about Must Be Nuts. It's a family-owned small business serving up handcrafted small batch gourmet peanut butter with bold flavors and unforgettable mix-ins. From country classics to coffee-infused creations, every jar is hand-stirred and packed with personality. One spoonful and you'll see why you say, you must be nuts not to try it.
Everybody loves a good tagline.
Absolutely.
And then last but not least, Spellbound Finds brings a little magic to the merch table with handcrafted earrings, spell oils, and mystical self-care goods. Each piece is made to enchant and empower, perfect for book lovers, magic makers, and anyone who wants their style to cast a spell. Go over and check them out, along with all of our other vendors. Oh, yes. Raffle. We haven't talked about that yet. $1 a ticket or $25 per wingspan. You can buy tickets at concessions or the raffle table. I would suggest finding someone tall, maybe like Kid Flash or Booty Queen or someone with a very large wingspan to go and buy your $25 worth of tickets.
The jam is on. Number 30 from Lockeford. Tiger Bomb is jamming.
303 wearing the star for Wildfiire. That's Phantom of the Drop Ya. Again, 4-3 pack advantage for Lockeford. Joker's still hanging out in the penalty box, although back on his feet now, so only a few seconds remaining on that penalty. Nice takedown there by Kid Flash, but he's going to get a penalty for his trouble. Lead jammer goes to Lockeford.
Phantom of the Dropper still trying to make their way out of that initial pass.
That is a brutal wall from Lockeford down here in turn 3. They're like forcing Phantom to drop you backwards, but Phantom finds a hole on the outside, sneaks through, going to force the call off.
Lockeford will pick up 2 points on that jam.
I thought she got more, but what do I know?
Up for Lockeford jamming is number 3, Lickety Split.
Number 81 wearing the star for Wildfiire. That's Husky. Looks like we do still have Kid Flash wearing the pivot stripe in the penalty box. Oh, just now rejoining the pack. So full packs for both teams.
And Skull and Lace is going to be going to the box for Lockeford.
Lockeford's got lead, but Husky out of the pack right behind Lickety Split. Lickety Split says, nah, I'm not going in a foot race with that guy. 0-0.
See up there on the line for Lockeford, number 47, Lapis, along with their teammates, number 18, Slick Mick, and I believe that's Slamala Anderson.
I'm pretty sure Panamaniac just got taken out by his own teammate, Booty Queen, there, but, she'll do that to you. Seems to have worked as a tactic, though, because Toaster Brutal 999 is out for a lead for Wildfiire.
Oh.
Toaster Brutal tried to make it all the way through, gets taken out by number 18 to pivot. That's Slick Mick. Nice moves there by Slick Mick with the takedown and drawback all in one. Toaster Brutal going to recover from that, take the inside line out for 4 more points for Wildfiire. Nice piece of offense there from her teammates. Toaster Brutal through on the outside of the straightaway this time. 4 more on the board for Idaho Wildfire. This jam is going to put Wildfire over the century mark on the scoreboard, currently 105-56.
And Honey Bomb is out of the pack on their initial pass, Filey. Holding Lockeford at 0. The jam was called. Wildfire picking up 11 points on that last jam.
108-56 the score, 15 minutes left in the game. Going back to what we were talking about with the raffle earlier, there are 3 baskets. There's a skater basket, a summer basket, and a local basket. We will announce the winners during the halftime of the final game on Sunday. Meanwhile, it's going to be a power jam for Wildfire as Lockeford's jammer going to the penalty box for a cut. That's number 3, Lickety Split. And it's Phantom of the Drop, number 303 with lead for Wildfire. Lockeford also losing another blocker to the box. 4-2 blocker advantage on the pack and a power jam.
And we have all the blockers from the Wildfires back on the track.
Yep. So, Phantom of the Drop, you're going to slide through, get 4 more points, and call it off. That is going to lock Lockeford's jammers out of the penalty box, so we're going to have both jammers on the track. Do still have is that number 25? Is that A-Train? I can't see over there.
In the box, yeah, it's A-Train sitting for Lockeford.
Yep. All right, 4-3 pack advantage for Wildfire. That's number 3, Poppy wearing the star for Wildfire.
Number 30, Tiger Bomb for Lockeford.
Both jammers tangled up with the blockers here.
Let's be honest, chasing, and knocking and recycling the blocker back.
All right, so it looks like Lockeford's jammer got knocked to the outside, but not before earning lead jammer. Jamref radar pointing. So here's the thing. Do they realize that?
And we are pulling a cut on the Wildfire jammer. It's going to be a power jam in favor of Lockeford. Tiger Bomb number 30.
Minute left on the jam clock, 30 seconds to work alone. This could be a good one for Lockeford to catch up in some points.
Lockeford's going to try to hold that goat in the rear. Oh.
Tiger Mom got knocked to the outside by 81 Husky, recycled, but quickly back up to the front of the pack again. Pretty solid wall from Wildfire. Tiger Bomb's going to say, nope, I'm going to call this one off.
Starting on a power jam for Lockeford. Slick Mick is going to be out on that jam line.
Still got Poppy in the penalty box, but on her feet, so less than 10 seconds of a power jam here for Lockeford.
Looks like we got Lapis, let's be honest. And official timeout is being called.
All right, so back to the raffle stuff. One more thing. We will, like I said, we'll announce the winners during halftime of the final game on Sunday. You do not need to be present to win. However, you must leave contact information and be willing to come to the building to collect your winnings. Once again, $1 a ticket or $25 per wingspan. Find someone tall. You can buy tickets at concessions or the raffle table. Some local league announcements here. Next month in June 7th and 8th is Salt Lake Pride, and SLRD is going to have a booth at Pride. So come on out and see us. Crash Course graduation bout and the Uinta home team bout on June 21st. Doors at 5:30, and it is a Pride-themed game. June being Pride Month and all, although I think every month is Pride Month, so. Then we got an adult leagues booth at FitCon August 1st to 2nd and games on August 2nd. Whole bunch more roller derby happening around here. We got lots of games, lots of leagues in the area. We're back underway here on the track. Power jam for the moment for Lockeford, but Wildfire's jammers back on the track. Full complement of blockers. Lead goes to Lockeford. Really strong blocking by Wildfires up here. That's Shank Williams, Joker, and Booty Queen. Got Toaster Brutal wearing this pivot stripe.
And we have a Wildfire blocker going to the box at the end of that. Looks like for a forearm.
That's Booty Queen going to take a seat. That woman's never committed a penalty in her life. I don't know what they're talking about.
We got Tiger Bomb up on the line for Lockeford going up against Kid Flash, number 7.
Yep, 4-3 pack advantage for Lockeford. Both jammers on the track, tangled up now right at the pivot line. Kid Flash trying to make some crazy moves there, but A-Train said, nah, buddy.
Oh, and a high five. I like that sportsmanship. Good job. Oh, and
So Lockeford's jammer was out the front of the pack. No, going to the penalty box. Power jam now to Wildfire and Kid Flash if he can get out of that pack. Lockeford's blocker's giving him some real trouble up here. Finally managed just to escape A-Train up in the 1-2 apex, and it's lead jammer for Wildfire.
I believe the Lockeford jammer went to the box for a track cut up there on the top of that apex.
It's a nice hit there by Kid Flash. Get past that final blocker from Lockeford, pick it up. 4 more points for the Wildfire. 120-63 our score. Timeout on the track. Looks like Lockeford taking a timeout. We'll do a few more league announcements here coming up. We're getting way out in the future here a little bit. Crash Course Info Night, September 1st and September 17th. We got all summer before I'm worried about September. Are you kidding? Wasatch's Pride Bout is on June 28th. See, that's a little closer. Doors open at 6:30, game at 7. June 7th, BSR bout. Whistle TB or first whistle TBD will update prior to Saturday. Well, it's Saturday, y'all. Where's my update? Then also July 5th, BSR organized multi-game event in Moab. This one has always been a super fun event. If you can go, you should go. Moab is a beautiful place, especially in July. It's a little hot, but, you know, there's shade. It's fine. Wildfire skaters on the track getting some fatherly advice from Sanctum over here, because that's what everybody needs in their life, is fatherly advice from Sanctum. Thanks once again to our sponsors, the Pie Pizzeria, Time Machine Skate Shop, Pit Viper, Must Be Nuts, and Spellbound Finds. Or sorry, those are Must Be Nuts and Spellbound are vendors. Just the 3 sponsors.
Have we talked about Spellbound Finds yet?
I did earlier, but we
Okay.
should talk about them again.
Just making sure I didn't remember.
Yeah.
I something, some witchy stuff over there. It looked kind of cool.
Yep, they're sitting. They've got their table set up over there, just behind turn 2. And they did have some very neat looking stuff. All right, Whamdolph says it's time to play roller derby again. Number 81 wearing the star for Wildfire. That's Husky once again. It is a power jam for Wildfire for about the next 2 seconds.
Tiger Bomb is back out on the track, out of the box.
Not before Husky gets lead jammer for Wildfire. Lockeford's blocker set up just ahead of the pivot line. Husky's going to go for an apex jump. Doesn't get it. Going to get recycled back, but now fighting his way around the outside of the 1-2 apex. One blocker to beat the pivot, but Lockeford sending up some more help. Nope, not quite soon enough. Out for 4 more points. A big old tangle of skaters over here in the 2-3 straightaway, and everybody just hit the ground in the beginning. Looks like Phantom of the Drop, you're going to go take a seat in the penalty box. Didn't see the penalty call, but I certainly heard it.
Slick Mick has become the jammer for Lockeford with that cover pass from Tiger Bomb. Coming up high and behind Husky.
Husky getting taken out in turn 4, going to call it off from the ground, picking up 2 more points, 1 more point on the board also for Lockeford. Hard fought there. 130-64 the score on the board, just under 8 minutes left in the game.
Up on the line, jamming for Lockeford. I think this is the first time we've seen him on the line as a jammer. Oh, and beautiful side swipe surf to the outside, getting lead jammer.
That was like a side surf pirouette.
Oh, and hot on his tracks.
That's Toaster Brutal right behind him. He's gonna make that quick call. Did he get it? Yes. 0-0 jam. In the break between games here, please make sure that you go and visit our vendors. Marzano Pizza Company, Blood, Sweat, and Roller Derby, Salsa to Maples, Tortured Truffles, Speed Bump Booth, Must Be Nuts, and Spellbound Finds, all in the building this weekend at your service.
All right, number 310, Honey Bomb has become the lead for Lockeford. And we've got the pivot for Lockeford going to the box after that. I'm not sure what they did, Slick Mick.
I was just about to say that we were back to full packs again, but then somebody blew a whistle and just ruined that whole statement.
Oh, we got a forearm on the Wildfire jammer coming through the pack.
All right, so that's not good news for Wildfire. Jammer going to the penalty box right as the jam is called. So this is going to be a full 30-second power jam for Hubba Bubba, so long as he himself can manage to stay out of the penalty box.
Looks like we got Let's Be Honest, A-Train, and Skull and Lace up there on the pivot line for Lockeford.
Speaking of pivots, they are missing theirs to the penalty box for a little bit of time left. Can't have too much left on that penalty. Wildfire blockers doing a pretty good job of containing Hubba Bubba right now. Getting some offense from A-Train on the outside. Almost opened a hole on the outside line there for Hubba Bubba. Still fighting against 3 Wildfire blockers up front. Lockeford's blockers doing a really good job containing Husky, the pivot at the back here, trying to control where the pack is.
Somebody's going to the box for a multiplayer from Wildfires. Looks like number 666.
So really nice job by Wildfire there on that penalty kill, although not quite enough. Hubba Bubba is out on a scoring trip and lead jammer. Jammer pile up on the inside of the 2-3 straightaway there. They're back up and running. A-Train headed to the penalty box for a sit down for 30, and we're going to have a call off no pass on the jammer for Wildfiire, and hard fought 2 points for Hubba Bubba.
I believe A-Train's in the box for Lockeford, starting him off with only 3 blockers on the track as well.
Yeah, 3-3 pack out there. Toaster Brutal, number 999, wearing the star for Wildfiire, and that's number 3. Lickety Split for Lockeford. Speaking of which, Lockeford out first. Lead jammer for Lickety Split.
Coming up right behind, though, is the Wildfire jammer, making her hustle a little bit further down the track and calling it.
Lickety Split going to get in there quick, try to get all 4 points. Only getting 1 from the jam ref. All right, 4-3 pack advantage for Wildfiire for a few seconds. I believe A-Train is almost ready to come back from penalty box. Phantom of the Drop, number 303, wearing the star for Wildfiire.
310 on the track for Lockeford as Honey Bomb.
All right, full packs back. A-Train back on the track and causing trouble already.
Honey Bomb out as lead jammer, taking that outside lane. Beautiful sweep from the Lockeford blockers.
Phantom of the Drop, you get knocked around pretty bad out here. Got knocked to the infield by A-Train right after he came out of the penalty box and have been recycled 2 or 3 times here up in the apex.
Looks like Honey Bomb's going to get peeled back by Kid Flash.
Yeah, nice bump out by Kid Flash there. Not a big heavy block, just enough to send the jammer out of bounds. It's not those big old flashy hits that do all the work. It's the little touches. Little touches like that little touch by number 8 from Lockeford there.
Let's be honest, just a little hip tap.
Yep. Beautiful hit there. Sending Phantom of the Drop. You fly into the outside. We're under 2 minutes left in the game here, folks. 130-77. Nice pickup by Lockeford.
Battle of the Threes back up on the line jamming here. Lickety Split.
And Poppy wearing the star for Wildfiire. Empty penalty box means full packs for these jammers. Both jammers getting knocked around pretty hard. Whistles going everywhere. Poppy finding a hole on the outside, getting knocked out and recycled.
Looks like, let's be honest, is going to come to the penalty box along with their pivot from Lockeford.
Yeah, there it is.
Number 36.
Number 3, Poppy out for Wildfiire, taking advantage of the 4-2 pack there. 2 Lockeford blockers into the penalty box. A lot of support for Poppy from her bench over here in turn 4. Lickety Split getting knocked around pretty hard by the Wildfiire jammers, or blockers, I should say. Poppy through again, 4 more points on the board, 8 points so far on this jam. Period clock will expire before the jam clock.
Poppy taking a whip off of Husky through that pack.
12 points on the board for Wildfiire so far. 36 seconds left in the jam. We've had a star pass for Lockeford.
To Slamala Anderson.
All right, folks, period clock has expired. 23 seconds remaining on the jam clock. Poppy is going to call it off after the star pass. Our unofficial score: Idaho Wildfiire with 144 points. Lockeford Roller Derby with 77. We'll wait until that score goes final and we get that swoopy whistle. Until then, hang tight. And there it is. Come on out. Congratulate these folks on a fine game. It has been a pleasure calling the game with you, Falcon. Nice to meet you.
You too, Colin. See you again.
Absolutely.